Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Social Unrolling's Quest for the Kingslayer.
Woo,
I
yeah,
am
baby!
King Spoon, or Keith. I am the DM, and I'm very excited for today's session for no reason in particular.
That's menacing, not gonna lie. I'm
There
left
probably is
click.
a reason.
Yeah, you love hearing that from your DM. I'm left click, I play Bresh.
I'm Calvin. I play Charles.
I'm Aiden. I play Horace.
And we are going to jump into episode 8.
Yeah,
Right?
you got it
Yeah,
that
I
time. Let's
got
go! You can count!
Yeah, baby!
Play the
Alright.
Mario blooping noise as he goes through a level in Mario 64.
That's a very specific sound that I don't think I can find.
Yeah,
You're
no,
stupid.
I think we'll just not do that. Anyways, silent. All right. Last time on Quest for the Kingslayer, episode 7 and 6, the party, after being let free by their invisible captors and their gang, under orders of the boss, a mysterious warforged figure, you were sort of just released on your own for the first time and ever since you guys have been here. You didn't really have a goal or a place you were going. You just said, "All right, we got to get out of the city," and you did for a little bit. However, you were accosted on the road by a group of bandits who were attempting to probably rob you. However, thanks to the help of Nova and Gagarin, you drove them off and kept heading. And nope, you drove them off and then decided to take a small break into the forest, go take a rest, deciding what you would do, discussing plans, where the future was for your group. And after a little bit of doing that, you headed up the road and into a massive graveyard in the, well, not really town, named Graveshire. However, upon entering, the sort of eerie and hostile exterior was met with beautiful stone architecture of a massive cathedral. And meeting with maybe the head priest or minister or something along those lines, you got a lot of help and some supplies for your journey ahead. It's very hospitable. Hospitable.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
think.
There's
Yeah.
much hospitality to be had.
Much hospitality. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then some magic tricks were passed around, and you were
I forgot about that.
kicked out of the church for making a commotion. Very peacefully kicked out, of course. It just said, "Please leave," but basically kicked out. Heading back
No.
onto the Starkport
Aw.
Pass and back up the road. West Hill, ever closer than before. We pick back up with our party having a stroll.
As a note, when we got kicked out of the church and when we end this last session, between last session and this session, our DM let us level up to level 3, which is very nice. And another thing to note is that if you she's like blasting out spells or whatever, and we're like, hey, he doesn't have spell slots or whatever. That is because there's a custom role that we're doing where it's kind of like Skyrim, where once you level up, you get the full benefit of a long rest. Even though it's like not nighttime sleepy time yet.
No more sleep.
Well, by the way, but speaking of time, what around time is it right now? Because I know there are forests like, around, and like I like get an idea of like, uh, what time you think it is based on like the sun. Like, is it like afternoon? Is
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
noontime? Like,
It's
what's the deal?
like midway into the afternoon, you can guess. The sun is lowering in the sky.
Cool. What kind of trees are around? I'm curious. Bresh enjoys
It's a
trees.
lot of it's very mixed. Um,
Ooh,
there's
fun.
no specific like one dominant tree, but you'd have to say if there was a main, it'd be like probably somewhere like pine.
Okay, but generally like somewhat arboreal, like
Yeah,
coniferous trees with a few deciduous boys in there.
absolutely.
Fun.
Very mixed bag.
So exciting. Brush is going to. I'd like to get back on the main road for a little bit. We can take a little bit of a stroll, just to get as far as we can, since traveling through the forest will slow us down a little bit. And then maybe when the sun starts going down, when the sky starts changing colors, we can maybe take a dip into the forest. So not only one, we don't get accosted on the road again, but two, we can have a little time to ourselves, just us and the trees, eh?
Wait, what did? I'm sorry.
What I was suggesting doing is for the rest of our time traveling, we can get out of Graveshire. We go to the main road north, and about the time until maybe around sundown when the sky starts changing color, then we can maybe go like west or east, further into the woods, so that we can have a little bit of room to move. We have some cover of the trees in case, Brandon's goons end up chasing us down. In case there's any more bandits or people who want to rob us if we're off the road. I think maybe having a little bit of security by being in the woods would be kind of wise.
That sounds like a good idea.
Alright, so let's get moving then. Don't really have a wagon or anything. Maybe if we pass some kind of city or town or something as we go along the road, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Whatever we find out. For now,
Yeah.
get your walking boots on.
I've had them on since I woke up.
It's an expression, like pitter patter, let's get at her.
Yeah, so as you guys are moving, you come across a very large stone bridge that connects to the road.
Ooh.
And you can see the foot traffic right now is pretty high. There are a couple of people, not really foot traffic, I guess, just like normal traffic. There are a lot of horses, wagons, people walking around. It seems like there are quite a few people heading into and out of Starkport. So the
Gotcha.
main city down here.
I see. Um, I am going to just sort of take a little bit of point for the party. I'm gonna just like move us to the right, kind of like pretend I'm looking over the bridge just to avoid necessarily drawing too much attention. Just being like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, doing alright. And
People like, you'll have people like wave at you.
yeah, let's go across this bridge. How wide is the bridge? Like, how many people can fit on it at once?
It's about like, it's like somewhere between 15 and 20 feet wide.
Oh,
Pretty big
gotcha.
bridge. And it goes over the entire river.
That's cool.
About like 30 to 40 feet across. So it's pretty long. And you can feel the stones sort of ringing under your feet and all of the wagons and such.
Yeah. When we're like about halfway across, I'm gonna start looking for sticks that may just be somewhere on this bridge. Just sticks.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Stick finding check. Perception. Yeah, 18.
This is pretty far from any of the actual forests. I'd say there probably aren't any like just loose sticks around here.
Aye, lad. This bridge would have been great for some stick racing. You ever do any stick racing when you were growing up? When you were wee bairns?
No, I'm unfamiliar.
Oh, you've never done stick racing. Here, when we get to the other, to the other side of this bridge, maybe we can double back a little bit and then get some sticks and I can show you. It's a great time.
That sounds good.
Ah, there we go. That's the spirit. It helps break up the monotony of just walking around a bit. And when we eventually get to the other side of the bridge, I would like to look for sticks. I would like to stick
Yeah,
race with
okay,
my
to
boys.
perception.
Cool.
Yeah, and there are some sticks around, probably.
Cool. I'm gonna pick up some sticks. I'm gonna be like, alright, here lads, here's how the stick racing works. First, you choose a stick. I'm gonna hold out just a bundle of sticks. And it's be like, just choose the one you want. Make sure that you remember its shape, its size, its nuts and roots. That's gonna be your stick. Alright?
Which one is the biggest?
You can choose the biggest
Hmm.
stick.
I'm
So
gonna
with
look
your
around. I'm gonna scrounge for the biggest one.
All right. You grab a stick that you think is pretty big.
Compensating for something all week.
Alright.
Roll a size check. D100. How big is it?
It's gonna be a big stick.
It's not going to be a really big stick, even if you roll a high number.
Why?
Oh,
Bad stick.
Yeah, your sticks. I mean, you pick a stick that you think is pretty big.
Alright, I'm gonna take a stick that has a little fork in it because I like sticks that branch out. I think it's kind of cool. And so I'm gonna go, alright, come back on the bridge, lads.
Sandy.
Alright. I'm gonna lead them over to the bridge. And I'm gonna like shove past some like carts or whatever and be like, oh, excuse me, sorry. Coming through. Alright, lads. See, this bridge is over this channel or river or something. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the upstream side of the bridge first, alright? So, I'm gonna go to like
alright.
the. Are there like railings or like anything on the bridge that I can like look over?
Yeah. There are like maybe like 5 foot high walls on either side.
Cool. I'm going to say, alright, lads. So we're on the upstream side of the bridge. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our hands out, with our sticks in them, and on the count of 3, we'll drop them, race to the other side of the bridge, and see who wins. Whose stick is the fastest?
Wait, what?
Alright. This is a good challenge.
It's not a
So
challenge.
essentially, what he's saying is you drop the sticks on one side of the bridge and then run to the other and see which stick comes out first.
What are the stakes though?
What the sticks? The sticks you have in your hand, you dolt.
No, what are the stakes? Like, what are we gonna
Just
bet?
for fun. It's just fun. Seeing if you, I guess, have a little record in our heads. You know, I have the highest win rate of my family when it comes to stick racing.
I bet 30 gold that I win. JK.
I don't have that money.
I know. None of you do. You're too poor.
Shut
Ah,
up.
come on. If you really want a wager, we can maybe put a copper piece on it or something.
No.
Deal.
That's inconvenient.
Oh.
Come on, Charles. Have a little bit of fun.
He doesn't have.
I
a
only have gold.
Okay, then in that case,
Too rich.
since this is your first time, there will be no wagers. All right, ready to
How
drop?
about how about you bet 1 gold and we bet 1 copper?
No. No.
Mm.
All right, how about we just drop our sticks? Come on. All right, on the count of 3. All right, lads.
Okay.
All right, gonna take out my stick with a big meaty hand. I'm just gonna count. All right, 1, a 2, a 3. Gonna drop my stick. I'm gonna rush to the other side of the bridge, like shoving past merchants or whatever. Just excited.
I'm gonna toss mine. Get a head
I'm gonna
start.
drop it.
All right. You guys can get over to the other side of the bridge pretty easily. You might have to maneuver your way around some people if you don't want to run directly into a wagon. But yeah, you are out on the other side of the bridge, waiting for your sticks to come by.
Who wins?
It seems like the river is pretty slow, so you have to wait like in anticipation as you come to the what's right side of the bridge on this map as it flows out to the ocean. But you wait and then. So let's say Horace had the tiny stick. Bresh had the fork stick. What does Charles' stick look like? Has it got anything wacky to it, or is it just normal?
It's completely straight.
It's
Perfect.
completely straight, rigid.
No. Smooth.
Yeah,
No, I mean rigid.
Smooth
That's what I'm
stick.
saying. Like,
Rigid.
it's just rigid, directly straight. Yeah. Fucking hell, dude. So we'll go Horace Charles Bresh 246.
I told you, lads!
Defeated.
I'm
There's
undefeated!
You see the little fork appear first.
I know how to
and
choose
then-
my sticks, lads!
And then immediately afterwards, Charles' stick, and then you just don't see the tiny one.
Oh, lad. Sometimes the sticks get a little stuck on the foundations of
No,
the bridge.
no,
Sometimes.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a bad game.
No,
It's
come
okay to
on,
be
lad.
bad. It's
It's
okay to
alright.
be bad, Horace.
This is just a running tally. I won this time. Maybe you'll win the next time.
Aren't you undefeated?
I'm not undefeated. I just have a good win rate.
No, Horace, it's okay to be bad.
He's cracked.
I will say, the only one who's got a little bit of potential is my wee sister Deirdre. She's about in her early teens right now. She's a pretty good stick racer. Problem is, she doesn't have that many matches under her belt, so she hasn't gotten a record like mine yet. Anyway, let's keep moving. I just figured it'd be a good way to pass the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Listen,
trash talk Horace. Do I have to do it in character?
Yes, you
Horse
do.
is-
All right.
Or-
To trash talk with Bresh or to trash talk at Horace? I think that at Horace would be better. So I'm gonna walk up to Horace.
Oh.
Walk slower for him. Oh, dang it.
You guys can go ahead. I have to take a call.
Hey, Horace.
What?
Quite unfortunate you lost your stick, huh?
Nothing unfortunate about it.
Yeah, I bet you wish you had yours. And then I wave mine in his face.
But did you go down into the river and fucking get it?
Yeah.
Oh, you went down into the river to get your stick,
Yeah,
chasing
here,
it down,
nasty.
getting all
Ugh.
wet.
No, it's not. That was a clean river.
You don't know that,
Yeah,
do
but
you?
yeah, still you went down the whatever.
I
Stupid
just reached
stick.
in with. I just.
Well, hey, sometimes
Yeah.
if it's a thin enough river, sometimes going in and getting a prize stick is a good idea. I mean,
You know
you
what
went
they
too,
say,
you went too far behind mine. Maybe you've got a nice winner on your hands.
Maybe
I think Horace
Uh.
just needs to get better at stick racing.
Aye, lads, I tell you, some people think that you'll win by chucking your stick down with force, but actually that makes it sink and spend more time blobbing back up rather than flowing with the river. Makes more sense to drop it as lightly as possible.
Yes, Horace, but unfortunately, you're too bad to understand the tactics of stick racing.
whatever. I forget you have a brain sometimes.
And I forget that you have a brain. Because how could you not understand that if you throw the stick, it's going to sink? Pretty simple stuff.
Wow, you're getting well, it's just a stupid stick match, so who cares anyways?
Well, the people who are better care, and I try to high five Bresh. Do you accept?
It must be nice to waste your life throwing sticks in rivers, you don't have to worry about actual issues.
Oh no, this is my first time.
Yeah, you did
Just
all
say-
right, lad.
just say I'm just that naturally talented.
I'm not
Please,
gonna-
God's sake.
I'm not gonna high five you, but I'm gonna say, yeah, you did quite good, lad. And don't be discouraged, Horace. You'll have plenty of opportunities.
I'm not discouraged.
Oh, come on, lad. You know what? Next time we go across the bridge, maybe you can use Horace's stick and see if you do any better.
I'm not gonna stick race anymore. It's stupid. Stupid game. Stupid rivers.
Yes, the game is about as stupid as you are.
Oh, I'm gonna let them deal with their shit.
Yeah, you
Gonna let them
guys.
stew.
There's a town ahead. It looks
Oh, there is. Excellent.
really small. It looks less like a town and more like just a road that a bunch of people
Wait.
built houses on.
Like a village.
As yeah, so as the road sort of diverges off into like a bit of a curve, It just seems like a, I guess you'd call them like an alley town, where it's just a single road and then a bunch of shit built alongside it. Mainly like farms and farmhouses. Um,
What
I
kind
don't know
of
if you guys are gonna go into it or not, but
well, I guess my question is like, when farmhouses, are there like any fields that we can see, or is it just like granaries and
yeah.
stuff like that?
There are massive fields over to your right. Just a huge amount of fields that go on for you don't see the end of them because it seems like there's a lot of crops still up, but it is there's just a lot of fields and they go on for a really long time.
Ooh. Are the fields like crops like wheat or corn and stuff like that?
Yes, it looks like for the most part it is it's all maize.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, I am going to stop in about what time is it right now? About well, not about like has
I
the
mean,
sky
it's only
started
been
changing
like
color yet?
no, it's only been like 20 minutes since I said it was like mid-afternoon right now.
Oh, dip.
It's like it. So
Oh, I
like it's
thought-
like 2
We're making
and
great
it's been
time.
like 20 minutes. Yeah,
I
I
thought-
mean, you could probably make it to West Hill if you guys kept walking,
I thought
or
Charles
if you got a horse
just
in
like
town.
I thought that Charles was just like dissing him for like 5 hours, and like that was just partial.
Horse is ignoring you.
Horace just stewing over it. It's so sad.
Also, over time, can I? No, never mind.
Do a little trolley.
Maybe.
You're not good enough for troll.
Oh, whoops! I mean, press that. I meant to look at it.
Dude, cast a fucking this is mockery. You're like,
You
yeah, well, you're
insult him so
dumb.
much.
Can I cast mockery on him?
If you wanted deal damage, okay.
Okay,
The way
wait.
Vicious
Does it do
Mockery
damage?
works-
Never mind. It does. It
Yes,
does
it does
damage.
psychic damage.
I'm just gonna insult him.
All right. That's cool. Go
All right.
ahead.
Wait, what?
Wait, I forgot. I'm stupid. I can't make insults.
Yeah.
Not as a character, but as a player. Oh.
Before Horace gets the chance.
Okay. How about this? You gotta roll a charisma check, and then you have to act it out. Then you have to act it out.
No,
You have to act it out
No,
and then
no,
roll a
no.
charisma check.
An insult.
I want you to roll a charisma check,
Oh my
and
god.
then depending on how it is, depends on how well you insult him.
Okay.
I think that he should roleplay it out. And then
Oh,
Oh, dude.
Oh, wait,
This is-
I
you
think
gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it, Horace.
Do it with
Okay,
conviction.
Okay.
Gotta come up with
Okay,
something. Go
okay,
for like his
okay,
mom
thinking.
or something.
I'm thinking.
Dude,
I'm
you
thinking.
gotta
I'm
do
thinking about his brain. Okay, he thinks he's really smart. For someone who claims to be so smart, you seem to not to be able to remove yourself from your own mace, much like a dog.
what?
With his
No,
bow.
Keep going,
no,
keep going,
damn it.
keep going. I believe in
No,
you. You got it. You have the momentum. You
Charles,
can do it.
you have to be insulted. You
Oh,
can't. I mean, you don't have to be
What?
like. You don't have to.
Is your brain only full of money? Is that it's the only thing it's worth?
Think about this.
I'm not-
Boy,
Right,
you
right.
with that
Say.
mace looking like a baby with its rattle. Toddler looking ass, diaper wearing looking ass.
Teach me
Yeah,
your
Fresh
ways.
was here for the save. Fresh interludes. He's mad, bro.
Nick, can you teach me your insults? How can I be
No,
as good as
I think
you?
I think it's even funnier if Fresh is like walking along,
Blueberry
unhappy, and as these two people are being stupid, and then he turns around and just starts insulting both of
Boy. Like, alright, children, knock it off. You're looking like a wee bairn with a little rattle with you in that mace. And you're so tall and lanky, you're looking like an eel that's been stretched out on the rack. Boy. White hair, flower in your hair, looking ass. And then I turn over back to Charles. I'm gonna be like, blueberry pop tart looking ass, and like look back to Horace. It'd be like beanpole vanilla bean looking ass.
Insults.
Yeah, I think that with that, you guys like quiet down and just stay
Wait,
quiet in the back.
can I give one final insult?
Yeah, sure.
You're always talking about how you want to smack people with your mace. Maybe if you can do it. Smack someone with your mace if you don't get kidnapped first.
Wow, that was so cool.
All right.
That's
that
oh, God
wasn't-
damn it!
Right.
That was just kind of like cringe to say. That was
Okay,
Like,
hold on.
No,
That was
no,
that
it's
was just
you both.
that was just a little mean. Not gonna lie. That's just mean.
Sorry.
all right. Let's see how Charles reacts to this.
No, stop. That's enough. That is enough. There's enough
He
of
reacts
this.
pretty badly.
It's so sad.
There's
I'm gonna.
enough of this.
I'm just gonna take.
You both feel dejected after Bresh insults you. Are you guys gonna keep walking, or are you gonna stop at Glendon?
I'm gonna stop at Glen a little bit. I think it'd be great. I want to see. I'm gonna be like, well, lads, it's been a good bit of travel, and I think maybe stopping by, getting maybe a couple of pints, maybe some food for the road before we go camping. Maybe they have like a tent or something we can bring with us. You know, maybe some
Yeah.
kind of not necessarily a general store, but maybe they have some kind of place here.
Yeah, the cart traffic stops almost entirely as you go enter towards you take the right on the road towards Glendon. The first thing you see is the stables. A couple horses in them,
Hey.
and this older individual who's just sort of like sitting around. He's just sort of leaning against the wall of the stables. And again, the town is very rustic, very simple. It seems like right now a lot of the people are out. Probably a lot of people in this town are farmers, and they're probably all farming. So it's pretty dead right now. It seems pretty empty.
All right. I think I just the stable master, whoever he is, or stable boy, whatever he is. He's my sole point of contact now. I'm gonna go up to him and be like, "Oi, lad. You know where we can get a wee pint and a little bit of warmth for our bellies, so we can go on the road ahead. We've been traveling for a wee bit, and I figured having a place to sit down a little bit, warm up our feet before we go back on the road. You know any place in this little village that we can stop by?"
And then he looks up at you, and he's got a big frown on his face. You can see you can definitely tell now he's an older individual. He had sort of like a farmer's like straw hat on, but now as he looks up at you, he's got a big frown on his face, and he's got these like bushy white eyebrows, or like silvery gray. He says, "Yep, probably find a place maybe down the road somewhere. Got an inn. Don't know if the workers can. Don't know if the bartender's gonna be home though."
Why is that?
It's not really his main business.
Where do you think we can find him then if he's not at the inn?
Farming out in the fields like everybody else.
Everyone's out in the fields.
Yeah. Only really time anyone's around is at night, and they all go to sleep then. Come home to their wives, give them food.
An
Right.
unfortunate circumstance.
Well, not necessarily. It's a simple living. I know some people in my clan who would live like that. Hey, Mr. What's your name, sir? Are you the main proprietor of these stables?
Yeah, I own all the horses in here. I can sell them to you. Seems like you don't got none.
Well, that's true. Actually, I was thinking, do you think we might be able to rent a wagon? If we can, do you have any connections over at West Hill that we can maybe drop a wagon that you can get it back from? Like
West Hill?
Yeah, just down the way a little bit, but our feet are getting a little tired, and I think having a wagon and maybe a couple good horses would do us some good.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that for you. I mean, West Hill's kind of a big city. I could bring you in one of my carriages if you want.
That
Does that involve any kind of paper trail, or do we just give you a coin and be on our way?
Yeah, you give me money, I take you over there. Pretty simple.
How much money?
5 gold for the 3 of you.
5 gold.
I mean, I
That's
can
a
pay
lot.
for that.
That's quite a lot of money, though.
I can
I'm
pay for
taking
that.
3 of you, all the way up to West Hill.
I think it's a reasonable price.
And if you got my wagon, we can make it there before nightfall.
Could be nice for.
Sounds like a good bet. I mean, West
Wait,
Hill,
hold on,
if
hold
you
on.
say it's a big city, I don't think being in the city arriving at nightfall would be great for our security. You know, cities have not great people sometimes at night. So I think maybe that's
A good point, actually. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I will
Also worth
pay.
noting, West Hill security is pretty intense. It's got like this thing you got to do to get in. But
oh,
I've been there a couple times, so I could maybe get you in without trouble if you pay me a little bit extra.
how much
much
extra would
extra?
that?
5 silver maybe.
Oh, that's no problem. Here, sir. And then I'll hand him 5 gold and 5 silver.
Hey,
And how much?
Charles, here, let me get a little bit of gold for the pot. You only have to pay for. I figured that I'm asking for service. I might as well pay for it a
Oh.
little bit.
Wait, no. I'm fine with it if you just pay the 5 silver. I just don't want to deal with the silver.
Yeah, no change.
Sure, all right. I got 4 silver for you. I have 9 total silver, so I'm gonna give him 5. How much is that? Yeah, 5.
He did say 5. He did say 5.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm gonna
Alright,
give
he
5 silver
takes
pieces.
the gold, and you see his like sort of shaky, bony hands as he like picks the gold up, and moves it across, counting. Three. And then, and after he counts it all up, says, "All right, this should be good." And you're leaving immediately.
Well, that's
Yes.
the plan if you can do so.
All right. And then he like flips a little sign that's sort of hanging just like over like the sort of overhang in front of all this like these horses, and it says closed. And then he goes around the back, and you can hear a neighing as the horses come around the corner.
Can you please, can you please sit?
I want to feel immersed. Can you make a horse noise? A neighing?
No.
Yeah, thank you, Calvin. Now I
Thank you,
feel immersed.
Calvin. Wow, that was great.
Thanks, bro. That's what the horse sounds like.
Who also loves horses?
Stop.
Yeah, you see, maybe Keith True.
Yeah, so he looks behind him and he says, "Yeah, I can't really sneak you in unless I got goods in the back, so you're gonna have to get in with the hay. Hope you don't mind."
No problem.
I don't mind it too bad. I am going to sort of trundle my way and like, oh, excuse me. Oh, to get like underneath.
Yeah,
Do you-
yeah.
This
So there is
large-
a somewhat large pile of hay in the back of this sort of not really like carriage, but more so just wagon.
I fit under it?
Is large enough to fit the 3 of you if you like hid in it. But the issue is getting Charles to get in it.
Oh,
Why-
I'm gonna ask before I get in the hay. I'm gonna look at it and realize how itchy and uncomfortable it would be, and then I walk up and I say, "Do you think they would let me in if I were important?"
I mean, maybe.
Well, oh, hold on.
Probably not though. Most people aren't allowed in unless they do a thing. Kind of
Well,
pass.
What thing do you have to do?
Well, they gotta like, one second. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long, I've got this like permit thing. Means important goods. I'm allowed to go in there, but I'm pretty sure you gotta pay admittance into the city, and then when you do, they gotta do a bunch of tests on you or something. I don't know why. It's a whole lot of hassle, really, just to walk into a city. They do it.
I'm gonna look back at Wretch and Horace and go up. We kind of like try to talk quieter so he doesn't listen, and be like, "Do you think they would let us in if I showed them that I was a nephew of a king?"
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're the nephew of the King of Konya, right? We're in Arlon right now.
Yes.
I don't think that's a very wise idea, It's like, hey, there's a member of the royal bloodline of the next country over, and he's just going into our capital city without any escort or bodyguards or anything. You think that's a little foolish, don't you think?
You could be a target for assassination, especially as people who have grievances against the king.
Uh,
I've seen it happen many times. I
What?
mean,
Wait. What do you mean when you seen it happen? Hold on. We need it. Okay. First off, Charles.
Are you gonna
Don't
get
think
in
it's a
the
good idea.
carriage or what?
Okay, yeah. Horace, we're discussing this in the hay.
what do you mean that?
I'm gonna as getting in the carrots, I'm gonna say or ask, okay, can you just tell us whenever we're approaching the city so that way we can get in the hay then rather than being in the hay the whole time?
Nah, if people see you on the way over, they'll snitch. I'll do anything for a couple copper pieces. I tell you. You gotta be in there the whole time.
He's probably just gonna abduct us. He's just gonna bring us into the fields, bring us out, and then shoot us.
He's gonna sacrifice us or something.
Freaking deliverance. All right, let's. You know what? I trust this guy. He's a stand-up. He took any money. He's getting
This
this.
guy's suspicious as fuck.
Yeah, no, but as it gets in the front, you hear him go, It's funny seeing city boys like you having to deal with such rough conditions. Not really common. He like rubs his nose. Then he,
God.
do you guys want to get in the hay?
Oh, dude, I'm already in
roll-
it.
Yeah. I won't say you guys have to roll anything. There's enough hay here that you can easily sort of shuffle your way in.
I didn't mean to click that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be.
but you guys are down and it's hot. The hay provides a sort of cover from the sun, so you're not really getting beamed directly, but just the heat of the hay. This has clearly been, laying outside somewhere, so you guys are feeling a little stuffy in here.
Oh,
It's
this
also
is
there's not a lot of air coming in and out as well.
this is a nice little trip, first class.
And as
This
you
is
say
not
this, you
anywhere.
feel a shake as the cabin sort of bumps over like a rock or something, and you get shook around a little bit.
So, Harris, what do you mean by you've seen some kind of assassinations in the past? What do you mean by
Well,
that?
I more meant that I've seen some grievances against people of the royal family, like that. It's quite common in some places, Know what I'm saying?
Right, anything that, I need to be worried about traveling with said royal.
No, they don't have grievances. The ones I know of, at least, with our. Wait, do they? Keith, pretty sure they don't. Yeah,
I
they
mean,
don't. The people I know, they have no grievances against the people of
Konya.
Konya. What's it, where he's from?
Hey,
It's more south of Konya.
I was wondering, like, being shaken a little bit. I was gonna talk. Hey, Charles, you mind if I ask you a question?
and
So-
then as he says, the carriage hits another bump as you're both rattled around a little bit, or all three of you are rattled around a little bit.
But also, yeah, sure. What's your question?
What's your home like? You say you're from Konya, and I've heard that King Chungus is kind of just and understanding.
You open your mouth
What-
a lot, and then a little bit of hay gets in.
Yeah. What's it like there? Like the people
Yes.
and
Um,
everything.
my uncle, he wasn't really around at almost at all. It was very rare for me to see him. Um, he was mainly busy. He was very, very busy most of the time, either going and doing things diplomatically, or he was just doing things around the castle to have things done. It, but for what I did when I did see him, like maybe on my birthday sometimes, or maybe during like a
Yeah,
holiday.
you have no clue what he means by birthdays. Birthdays, like the date of your birth, isn't really celebrated in Gaelish or in Scotty, for that matter.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, like I was talking to Bresh.
Yeah.
For you, Charles, it's a pretty common thing around the more civilized bits of the world, like Verulia, Sanimalos, Arlon, that sort of thing.
And he was a very nice man. He just seemed confident, very polite. He never seemed like, you know, he just seemed really trustworthy.
Right.
I don't know.
You think he was a good man? I
Yeah.
shouldn't be asking you this. I'm sorry. I'm mainly just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about my people. And you say you're from Konya, and I think Konya is one of the maybe the few places that might actually give a shit about my people.
Um, hmm.
And as you're saying this, you have to like shift around a bit in the hay because it's a little uncomfortable where
Yeah.
you've been sitting.
It's like, dude, shove. Because here's the thing, like, I got a lot of shit on me, so I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, my pack is all, like, getting squeezed.
Yeah.
A little bit of strawberry jam leaks out. It's like, oh, that's the jam jar. Oh, bless.
Also, Horace, Arlon really
Yeah.
has no grievances with Konya. In fact, they're actually quite good trade partners.
I remember the lore that I gave him. I can't believe it.
Dude, I'm talking about people in general. There might be someone who also hears about a royal, wants to rob them. You never know.
Well, I mean,
Kidnap, ransom.
we're just going to be like showing it to the person at the front door.
Hey,
Yes, but you show it to the person front door. They tell other people who enter that
also,
there was a
Well,
prince.
I guess we did already pay the 5 silver, so it doesn't matter.
you're also not
Yeah.
exactly inconspicuous, you know?
And you hear from outside of the hay. You hear the older man outside. He goes, "Oh, what's going on there? Yeah, nothing much." And the cart seems to stop for a moment as he has a bit of a conversation. It's kind of hard to keep track of because the other person you can't really hear. And then eventually, after maybe like a minute, it starts back up again and he starts moving.
Maybe we should be a little quiet in the meantime.
You guys don't stop talking, then we might get caught.
I'm going to, you know, I'm gonna
Everything all right back there?
I'm gonna try and take a nap.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be very, very hard, but I'm gonna try.
Eventually, the pricking seems to feel a little less relevant as you attempt to take a nap.
I wear
It'll be
wool.
uncomfortable, and you won't really get any benefits of a short rest, but you can.
I'm
you
not
can
planning
take
on getting a
nap.
short rest. It's mainly
Yeah,
just
yeah,
resting
I
my
understand.
eyes and like body a little bit.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to do, or can I skip to the scene?
Whip it.
You guys just sort of sit in silence, shifting around. Maybe get a hay and something that you don't want. And eventually, the cart will begin to slow as he says, "All right, you gotta be quiet back there when I'm going through the gate. All right."
Okay.
And so far, the sound you've been hearing underneath you is just sort of rattly, sort of shaky. It's very clear you're going over like rocks and like just a beaten path. But as you get to here for a moment, you feel it sort of straighten out as you feel a little bump as it seems to drop for a second. There's like a split moment, and then you can hear the rattling of wood under you, as you can feel the cart come to a stop, and it starts again, and then it stops, and then you can hear him start talking as he says, "Hey, yep, it's just me. Here's my pass. Let me in." And then you can hear the muffled voice of it sounds like a male, but you can't really figure out what he's saying. He says, "Do we really got to do that? I've been here a lot." And then you hear the voice again. He says, all right. And then you can hear footsteps from outside of the hay, sort of rattling on the floor. As now we're gonna do another group stealth, or just individual stealth. It depends on how you guys want to do it, because you're not really trying to like sneak. You're just trying to hide yourselves. So I'd say maybe you could do stealth, or you could do maybe like disguise if you want. If you're trying to make yourself look like a lump of hay. It's up to you guys.
Can I wait? Can I real quick
Disguise isn't
I
a
was
thing.
gonna cast guidance on. I was gonna cast guidance on myself. It has verbal and somatic components. Can I say the verbal components low enough so that I can just
Yeah,
quickly
verbal
cast
components.
guidance on myself to add a d4 to my next ability check?
Alright, that's fine. Fine.
Sick. All right, because I have disadvantage on stealth.
In that case, now
That's a 6 for me.
6.
that's a 16
Alright.
for me.
And Charles?
And
Very
that's
nice.
a 23 from me.
Yet again, brushes the befuddlement of the stealth. As you can see the guard, you can hear the footsteps on the wood, and you can hear the hay sort of rustling above you as it's moved around. And Bresh, you can feel your backpack move. As you can hear the guard now. He says, "What's this?" He says, "Oh, it's just my pack. I was leaving it in there." And he says, "Let me see what's inside of it." He says, "Oh, yeah, all right. 1 second. Let me grab that for you." And he's gonna attempt to like reach down and begin pulling the backpack. I assume, are you gonna consent to him getting it? Because you can like slip your arms out if need be.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pretend as if I'm just waking up. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's going on? I thought we had another load of hay to load up. I'm gonna do my best, like, shitty, based on what this guy talks like, try and do, like, a crappy, like, American accent, essentially. Of, like,
Deception.
yeah, I'm trying to deceive him as if I fell asleep loading hay.
Actually, deception or performance, since you're trying to like recreate this sort of gruff American accent.
Right.
Not necessarily country.
What's going on? I thought we were loading up. Hey, are we already done? Fuck, that's a 1.
Non-natural one. It's a non-natural one. But
Fuck.
You suck so bad.
all right,
My
yeah. So
rolls
yeah,
are
as you
ass.
get up, you like sit up and like sort of stretch your arms. What's going on? And then like your accent like slips through.
What's
a
going
bit,
on over here?
and he says, "We can't have people coming in and riding. This is only transporting goods." And he says, "Oh, yeah, no, he was just he's one of my hay loading boys. He was just fell asleep back there because it's more comfy." Gonna try,
Yeah, it's been a
try
long
and make up for
day.
your terrible joke.
We're already. He gets
Yeah, it's more
this
comfy.
guy.
And then the guard says, "All
Jesus.
He's
right,
like,
but
hey, look at
I'm
this
gonna
guy. He's like,
I'm gonna keep an eye on you. Make sure your loader's right in the front with you." And he goes, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for protecting the city." And he hops up in the front, and then he like sort of like ushers for you to get into the front with him.
all right,
And
let's
you
climb.
have to move past Charles, who was like below you as in like farther away from where you are towards the
I
entrance.
accidentally
And you actually like kick him on the kick him on the shin on accident. And he goes, but
But it's silent because I got a 23.
So I'm like going
Um,
over. I imagine like the freaking farmer guy was like, yeah, I mean, look at this fat loser. Of course he fell asleep in the back.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
So I'm climbing up to the front. I'm just sitting down with my pack, and I'm like, yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to, I thought we were done
and
load, and I figured I'd take a little siesta.
he's like holding like his chest. He's like clutching the shirt. He says, "You almost got me banned from the city." All right, and last time I do this for you guys. Ugh.
Yeah, it's
And
understandable,
then you get to the
honestly.
city. Welcome to West Hill.
Ooh.
Entering, you see this massive road that is full of like sort of this cobbled street, and you are flanked on all sides by merchants, people walking around. You thought there were a lot of people at Starkport, and you are blown away by the sheer amount, the size of the crowds, the voices, the singing, the dancing. You see like people in these sort of eccentric, bright clothing that has like long, flowy ribbons. They're sort of dancing near the street, and you can see people like tossing coins at them. You see people doing business,
Wait,
haggling.
wait. There's
People
strippers?
walking around. They're gypsies. You see groups of people walking around, sort of talking with each other. You see all sorts of races and like all sorts of like magics, and like you can see people doing like magic tricks on the street. There's so much, and you are blown away by the sheer amount of like culture and density of just people. Coming from a frontier town, this is fucking huge.
Are
As you look around.
Are we still in the wagon as we're going in, or?
Yeah, so those two are still on the wagon. They don't see any
Yeah.
of this. They just hear a lot of noises.
Gotcha.
You are sitting in the front, and you are getting the full
Oh.
brunt of all of this.
Oh, I have not seen this many people. Also, for the
in a
one
big city?
thing, like even though I'm used to the smell of like farms and manure and stuff, just an overload of everything at once going into my nose is gonna that is the big thing that's wigging me out. It's not just like sounds, like sometimes chaotic sounds are a thing, but like just a waft of just everything from all
Yeah.
kinds of people and like whatever they're
like
selling.
sight, sound, senses.
It's like
feeling because you've been pricked by hay and you've still got a bunch of it in your chainmail, and oh god, that's gonna be terrible to get
I
out
mean,
later.
here's the thing. I wear wool. That's fine. Like, that the main
Yeah.
thing is like, oh, this is just so. I am just gonna like stare like at the road in front of me and just like
Yeah.
try and be like, I'm just on my way to Konya.
And as you say this, you can see him pull into this large sort of brown building as he says, "All right, everybody, get out, go on, get out of my cart."
Yeah,
Get
I'll
up,
get them
brush
out.
the hay off myself.
Can I use my like rustic hospitality, even though the feature's like, I can get help from like common people, or whatever. I mainly just want to be endearing and be like, hey, I know I was a little bit of a trouble here. I'm gonna give him like an extra silver piece, and I'm gonna be like, listen, thanks for coming all this way. I know I did a wee bit of hiring, but hopefully this little bit of business made it worthwhile for you, eh?
Yeah, all right. You're welcome.
Take it easy now. These are some beautiful houses too.
Now go on.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of your
Yeah.
hair. I'm gonna help
And he's gonna begin
Charles and
he's gonna
Horace
begin
out.
calling to what it looks like another like farm hand, and this like sort of large sort of like it's a little like area sort of set away from the road where there you see a couple wagons in it, and he's like, "Hey, come over here, come help me." And he's
Oh,
like,
like a
"Oh."
caravansary, basically.
Sorta,
Okay.
except it's mainly for like farm goods. It looks like so you can see like a bunch of hay. You see like it looks like a bit of a farmer's market almost that he's come and brought his stuff to.
Cool.
And you guys can step out onto the main road. Sort of sticking to the sides. There are, for you guys as well, you see all the things that I've mentioned. Just it looks like hundreds of people, all just sort of littered throughout. You see a bunch of like carriages coming in and out, and you see all this stuff. It is a massive amount of people gathered here in this sort of mid-afternoon.
Wow, this is quite the amount of people.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
about we find like an inn or something? I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. Horace,
this,
you haven't
this
even seen
amazing?
this amount of people, being from Sonny Malice's capital.
Yeah.
And if any of you would like to get a read on why there are so many people, I'd say you could do it.
Wait. Did you say I have seen this many people?
No, you have not seen this
Have I?
this raw gathering of people. No, not even in Vinmos, which is one of the highest population cities on the continent that you know of. There's the fact that there's just so many people here. And I'll
roll-
say, Charles, if you want to go ahead and roll a history check, I'd give you advantage just because of your knowledge. Yeah. 12 is fine.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I forgot.
West Hill is widely regarded as the trade capital. Just throughout basically the entire world. Everyone who is anyone has been to West Hill. And you've never actually been here yourself, but it is quite the sight to see. Again, there are hundreds of people of all different, shapes and sizes and cultures littered throughout in this massive city. All the sights and smells and sounds are all sort of assaulted at once.
I'm never being assaulted. Help!
Alright. How about we find like a bench or something where we can just sit and get our bearings? Because there's a lot, there's a lot of people telling, you know, hey, buy this or hey, check this out, and they're getting kind of loud.
You doing all right there?
No. I mean, I'm alright. I don't like it.
All right, yeah. If
I
you want
just
to
need a
like,
little. I just need a little bit of time. Just
yeah, you can walk around to the left and pass a bunch of people. As you can see, there seems to be a little bit of like a small like park over here with a couple of benches.
all right. I am going to like sit. I'm gonna find the nearest tree. I'm just gonna sit under it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. You go ahead. There's also a bench next to it, but I assume you just fucking sit on the roots.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Feels nice.
I'm just sitting on the roots and be like, okay. So, couple things. One, Charles, what we can do for you,
Yes.
we can, if you can find some kind of tailor or something who has some silk thread, maybe you can get some of your shirt repaired.
Yeah, his clothes are full of hay. No matter how much he tries to like sort of pull them out, he would have to do so individually. And they are he's got some in his boots, he's got some in his very fancy pants, you know, his vest. It's all just there's just hay sticking out of it. I mean,
I
it's not,
never.
he did like wipe himself off, you know, I assume. So it's not, terribly full, but there's still hay sticking out of it no matter.
Secondly, we need to see if maybe we can send some word out to Konya, see if maybe we can send a letter or something ahead of us in case we get
might-
delayed.
I never thought it would get worse than actually getting in the hay, but now that I'm out and there's hay all over me, it's almost it's worse.
You could feel the wind sort of blowing them, and it itches you in all the worst possible locations.
I
Oh,
think
God.
next time
I'm
we
and I'm
should
like
just
and I'm scratching everywhere.
walk.
Well,
And when I'm not scratching, I'm trying to pluck all the hay out.
well, me ma has a remedy for that. You know, what she would have us do is, when we were wee bairns and we roll in the grass and we get grass in our trousers and in our wool shirts, she would have us strip down and coat us in butter.
It sounds worse than being stuck in hay.
Oh no, it's great. It makes you real smooth actually. And you bathe it off after like maybe a couple of minutes or so, but making sure everything's all smooth and stuff. It actually helps make sure that all the itchiness and stuff kind of stops. Kind of like when you eat really hot peppers and you put milk on your tongue.
I've never eaten hot peppers
Oh, you
myself.
haven't? Oh, me granda, Lorcan used to have a little garden of peppers, um, up by the stream that came by his home. Oh, actually, this place, this city, you might actually be able to buy some. Or we can get some juniper berries. We can get some crabapple pastries. Oh, I'm just getting
I'm
hungry
good.
thinking about it.
If I remember
It has been a
about
little
what
while
people
since you guys
say,
ate.
You know what? First things first. How about this? Get a schedule together. Seems we got maybe an hour or two until nightfall, maybe. How about this? One.
I'd say it's like 2.5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm estimating a little bit. Latitude and longitude changes the sun's position,
Yeah,
so.
I understand.
All right. So first thing, I'm thinking first thing is get us some accommodations for the night, since I don't want to be sleeping on a bench when there's this many people around.
we will look like homeless people if we do that.
I mean, to be fair, like I just like gesture to myself. It's like, but but not only
Oh,
that,
right,
but also,
you're...
I mean, but also just making sure that like in case there's any like criminals or anything out at night who want to pickpocket us while we're sleeping, having a room for our heads first priority. Secondly, I think maybe getting a letter service or courier to send a letter to Mr. Charles's family to let us know that we're going over there so that they can be expecting us.
Of course, stepping in
Go back.
into the castle, even though it's where my own kin lives, with guests is quite rude.
Alright,
There you go. And then thirdly, after we get that, I'm stark raving hungry. I need to get some food, and there's all kinds of smells and everything over there. I'm gonna let you guys take the lead on that. Because I don't know
Alright.
what I want to eat.
I'm thinking of something nice.
Well, that's up to
Considering
you.
we just made
But
quite
let's
the
get
journey.
ourselves a bed. Let's get ourselves a
have
letter,
to-
and then we'll get ourselves some food.
Why did Brandon go over?
All right, yeah. So, where are you guys gonna be looking for first?
Probably looking for a bed somewhere to stay the night. Not somewhere too fancy, honestly, since kind of running low on cash and we got a big road ahead of us.
Oh,
I
wait.
have an idea.
What was that?
So we need to send a letter to the people of Konya, correct?
Hey, that's the plan. I'd hope so. Sending it to the
Why
Chungus
don't
family.
we go up to the main, I guess, government building, the king? I don't really know. And if they have good relationships with Konya, they'll obviously help us getting home and sending news. And plus, news about nephew of the king would be more reliable if sent by the leader of the city. I forgot, what's the city's name?
Oh, West Hill.
West Hill. I bet they'd give us a nice accommodation.
Aye, that's true, but again, I'm in a position where I don't really I don't want to say I don't really trust people, but like I'm not sure. I don't know what the relationship is. If you say that Arlan and Kunya are good trade partners, that's fine, but maybe there's people in government who don't think so, you know? I
was
think
also
maybe
just
if
gonna
we
say,
say maybe that we're not directly related to the king, but maybe that we like, know
But
for example, like
if
Charles's dad or something, maybe we're like not relatives, but maybe we're like business partners or something, so that they knew that we're. I mean, Charles has a pedigree, like or
really
a
quickly
document
here.
that proves that he's, royal or
we
whatever.
can, we just have to say that we're his bodyguards, hired along the way. Should be pretty easy.
I mean,
I'm
I would like to be hired as a bodyguard, honestly. I mean, you seem to have
maybe he.
brain. Is that a
What do you think?
conversation we need to have?
What do you think, Charles? Would this work?
Speaking of Charles, just really quickly, Charles, you have interacted with the royalty of Arlon, but not the king himself. When the Arlonian king came over, he brought his son, the prince, with him. The prince's name being Usil, whom of which you and him shared a lot of very common interests.
How's it
And
spelled?
despite only ever really seeing him once, Usiel.
Thank you.
Usil. And despite, not really meeting him afterwards, you both shared a lot of common interests, and this was maybe like a month ago, I'd say. So you do know someone here. You know, like, one of the royalty here.
Actually,
You know that they know
I-
you.
I know some of the Arlonian royals.
Oh, really now?
We can
I know
also
the prince.
talk.
Huh?
Oh,
He's one of my pals. About a month ago he came over to the. I never met the king, but
I will.
Right.
I'll be a calf's uncle. I think we got ourselves a little connection here. Well, why don't we go see if maybe we can go meet with the prince and maybe he could send word. Maybe we can get some accommodations, maybe some food.
another benefit could be that the mace, Charles's mace, we can ask the court magician about it, and
If there
he
is a
can
court
help.
well,
magician.
we would ask Sylvester about it in our kingdom.
Who's Sylvester? Kind of a weird name, really.
Sylvester is the court wizard at our palace.
So do you want to wait till Konya to talk about it then, since we'll be in a little bit of safer hands, considering that this thing is a freaking demon holder, devil holder, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't think that presenting it to the Arlonian royalty would be a good idea.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So you want
It
to see
wouldn't
if we
make
can
very
get
good impressions.
so you want to see if we can get ourselves an audience, and if we are gonna try and be, wink, wink, hint, hint, bodyguards, maybe some kind of, contract of agreement, maybe some kind of
Well, you don't really need to pose as my bodyguards.
You think so? You think
Well-
we're gonna be allowed in with you?
I
mean,
mean,
as much as I
most
think you
likely.
can, as much as you think that you can handle yourself, I'd rather be next to you.
Well, I'm sure they'd allow you in if I told you we were my acquaintances.
Aye, fair enough.
Alright.
Alright, just
Then
give me maybe like a couple more minutes under this tree for a little bit. Just before we go into a place full of rich people and etiquette and everything. Okay, just a little bit of time.
I mean, I have a question for you, Charles.
Yes.
What's the royalty of your country like?
So, all right, hold on. Hold on. I gotta check stuff. Uh,
Calvin
uh,
is so glad he asked this question.
wait, hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm a food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. So, my father, the brother of the king. He has really shown me a lot. He got me into fighting, and well, we used to fence a lot of the time. That was a lot of what I did. I just worked and practiced. I didn't in my free time, I wanted to practice more. I didn't really do anything else. But it was nice. Um Brad, he really was an inspiration to me and a lot of the people around him. Also, Keith, this makes me want to bring up a question.
Yeah.
Did Charles ever meet Mael or Scapa or anyone like that?
Meat? No.
See, possible.
Hmm. Let's see. Where
It's
are
like,
they? Right. You would have seen. You would have seen a desert lizard folk, but not in person. Through a spell of some kind. You don't really know it. You haven't really identified it, but they spoke to each other. Your father and this man, as well as your brother, not your brother, your uncles.
okay.
But other than
Okay.
that, I would say no one else.
Also,
And he's also quite a strong guy, kind of like me, except he has much better equipment and much more experience than I do.
interesting. We have our
Now,
own powerful royal queen ourselves.
we
Over
also
on
have my uncle. His name is Chad.
Oh,
He's quite the big fellow, and he is quite amusing. He's fun. He I hope you get the chance to meet him. And
what's his name?
but his name is Chad. I said that's
Chad?
last name
Oh,
Chungus.
Chad Chungus.
Yes. But he can be scary if he wants to.
Oh.
I've never seen him, but just he like I said, he's quite big and he's very strong. And then we've got my cousin, two cousins, Emily and Athena. Emily, um, she, we share a lot of the same ideals, and she recognizes her place as being, princess as quite important, which I respect. Athena is a bit. I feel like she doesn't put as much effort into being a princess as she should be. I feel like she takes it a bit for granted. But overall, she's kind and you know, she's patient, which is a skill that is very admirable, if you ask me.
You've seen a lot of royals, right?
Yes.
Have you ever seen any of the royals from Sonny Mouse?
Have I, Keith?
Envoys, and only envoys.
No,
royal-
no royalty, but I have seen envoys from their
Oh.
kingdom.
Well, not to brag about our kingdom, but guess the age of our queen.
What is her race?
You know she's an elf.
Oh, I know she's a dark elf.
You know she's a dark elf. Yeah, that's the entirety of Silent Malice. Their main populace is dark elves.
What do I know about dark elves?
Probably nothing. You said your
Okay.
point of research was, Konya and its relations, as opposed to.
It was mainly like history, diplomat among countries. Yeah, mainly Konya. I like the American school system.
So,
But anyways,
I mean, elves
Well-
live a while. That's the thing everybody knows.
what did you say?
And I said, elves live a while. That's the thing everybody knows.
Also, just to let you all know, I'm gonna have to leave soon. I need to go somewhere. I'll probably be back in like minimum of like an hour, maximum of like 2 hours.
all right.
All right. We should be taking our break soon.
Yeah, we can actually take a break now if you want. We're about
Well, hold on. I want to finish what I was saying with him.
Yeah.
But
all right, wait, hold on. If you like, just a second of silence.
I
a break. Hold
would
on.
reckon
Hold on.
since you're probably
Hold on. A few seconds of silence just so I can make it easier to cut. Okay, give me a second. Go for it.
well, since you seem like you're trying to impress me with it, I don't know much about dark elves, but I'm just gonna guess 226.
Keith, I know that, like, okay, yeah, I would know. She's around 800 years old and third life.
That's quite old.
Oh yes, she is known as a Pale Queen.
I thought my
The Pale
granddad was old and he's 57.
Yeah, she's quite old. She's been ruling the Elven Kingdom for so long. Or not Alvin. I guess not Alvin. Sonny Malice.
I'm sorry, I have to go now.
All right.
Alright.
Well,
Right.
we will break here.
Yeah.
This was a nice little time, getting to know each other a little bit, having some
Had a little bit of fun.
bonding, having a little fun. All right.
I hope all of you enjoy Quest for the Kingslayers
Like and
episode.
subscribe.
Oh, that
Okay,
was
you
so
can chill when I'm
loud.
done talking first.
Ah.
Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you guys all next time in like maybe a week.
Subscribe,
I
like
think-
now.
Oh my god.
Probably do
Only
those
only a certain percentage of our viewers are subscribed.
subscribed.
Okay, wait, Calvin, you say only certain percentage. Do you have that percentage on you right now?
Subscribe or die.
99% are subscribed. So I request smash that
Everyone
subscribe button.
unsubscribe. So everyone unsubscribe. Leave.
Destroy that
Leave. Get outta here.
unsubscribe button.
Subscribe, then resubscribe.
Remove it. Make sure its family cries at night over its loss. That's what we cut.
Bury... Send that to unsubscribe button's family into mourning.
Alright.
Make
Oh,
them go
God.
through all 5 stages of grief. It is your fault.
All right, we're out of
Alright.
here.